Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock, so you know what that means. It's time for the Check Swing podcast with my man Miguel right there. No, I'm pointing at
Here.
my man Miguel right there. He calls himself Santa, as you can see, and myself, Jay. Y'all know who I am. Thank you for joining us yet again for another Check Swing podcast. Coming up later today on the show, we have our deciding and final game 3 of our series, deciding the fo. He's playing for Dr. J. I'm playing for Allen Iverson. We're trying to figure out who's going to be the last person to go on our Philly fo. So far, we got. In fact, I know I'm putting this on the spot now because I kind of forgot, but we have um, was it Perrant, Dawkins,
Bernie Perrant, Brian Dawkins,
and, and Mike
Michael
Schmidt,
and Mike Schmidt.
and now we're trying to figure out who's going to be the last one on the Philly fo. Okay, it's either going. It was between we had Hal Greer, Dr. J, Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, Wilt Chamberlain, Billy Cunningham. I think we had on there too. But of course, this is about your pick, and we're playing for your pick. So everyone that picked Allen Iverson, I'm playing for you. Everyone that picked Dr. J, or Miguel's playing for you. And the funny thing is, I think you might be playing for me, Miguel, because I think I picked Dr. J. No, I picked Will. Never mind.
No, well, you picked Wilt, but you took the side of Allen Iverson as well. So
Right. And like I just it's hard for me to decide. It's hard for me to decide. Like
it
like
was easy.
I love
It
the
was
legacy of Wilt. I
yeah.
love the legacy of Doc, and I got to see the whole career of Allen Iverson from college on. Like, it's hard, it's tough. But with all that being said, welcome to the Check Swing podcast, and this is how I like to start. Even though I've already started, I like to start every show by asking, "How have you been?" So, Miguel,
Sir,
how you been, brother?
been doing well, my friend. One thing, and I forgot to mention this the last show, but where I'm at now, I work as a head coach for our 17U team for the Rawlings Prospects of Maryland. And I'll actually be starting to do lessons and clinics hopefully within starting in February. Um, so look for me in a town near you in the state of Maryland.
There you go.
So
There
if
you
you, if
go.
you so if you got anybody in Philly willing to take a 2.5 hour ride that needs a lesson real quick,
Call Coach Santa. That's what you got to do. Call
there you
Coach
go.
Santa. That's how we're gonna push that. But so right now in the world of baseball, of course, we are dealing with a lockout. Owners have locked out the players. Trying to get on the same page as far as demands and things of that nature. Miguel, do you have any updates as far as the lockout is concerned? What's going on? What's happening? Has there been any movement? Are we going to have a season this year?
Well, I mean, as far as the last update, which was roughly back on January 14th,
Mm.
the Major League Baseball organization came with some mild offers, if you will.
Mm.
Um, One of the things they talked about was, of course, conceding the DH, so there would be a universal DH. That's an option. But one thing that kind of like had me taken aback was they were talking about raising the minimum salary, the minimum wage in Major League Baseball, if you will. So when you hear minimum wage, we're fighting in this country for $15 an hour just to be at a livable wage.
With $15, I'm not going. I don't want to put you on the spot and have you do it in the math anything. So if you don't have the answer, don't worry. But $15 an hour minimum wage equates to about what?
Let me get my handy dandy calendar.
Now I'm kind of. If it's $15 an hour minimum wage, you're probably talking about.
About $28,000 a year.
I was going to say 30. I was going to say 30. Okay,
We'll say
28.
30. We'll
Okay.
say 30.
And the funny thing, I can remember. I'm going to say my first job out of college, I wasn't even making $15 an hour, and it was in TV.
How about that?
So you know, eventually I got there with it, but I think I started like 12 something.
Man,
If I'm
my
not
first
mistaken, I think I started like 12 something. So everybody that worked with me, you guys can go ahead and laugh at the kid fresh out of college that didn't know how to negotiate what they're getting paid and all like that. And I was getting paid probably like $10 less than all of y'all. But
Your your negotiation consisted of, can you show up saying yep,
yep.
be there.
That's all. When you fresh out of college, it's like, all right, I'm going to get a big boy job, and I'm going to get big boy money. I'm going to buy everything. I'm about to pop bottles. I'm about to have these bands. I'm about to talk on the phone on my money. Nah, it wasn't like that. I learned the hard way. Like I bought what did I buy? I bought a computer, like I bought a laptop, I bought this real fancy leather jacket. I bought this big TV, cost $1,000 that today probably would be like $75. Like I went crazy. Like I thought I made it. You know what I mean? I thought I made it, and
You
I
know,
did.
you know what I did with my first paycheck? I bought albums to every song I ever liked.
Really? Did you? That's
So,
funny.
dude, I bought every CD. Like I was like, Tribe Called Wet Quest, Fugees. Like I was like, I want all the songs, and I want. You remember? I'm dating myself. You remember? Was it Columbia House? They had the stamps, and you could get like 75 CDs if you paid for one, and then you would join the club like once a. I think it was BG Music or something like that.
Well,
So
it started as Columbia House, and then I think changed to like BGM.
BGM, that's what it was.
I
Yep.
think that yeah, I think that's
Oh
how
my
it
goodness, my arthritis acted up just talking about that.
happened.
Jesus,
Well, it's funny. So $28,000 an hour compared to $500,000 an hour. Now,
a
when you talk
year.
about a professional athlete, you're talking about a whole different type of lifestyle. And I'm not talking about what they buy with their money. I'm talking about they have to stay in shape. They have to keep their body right. Anybody that's working at regular 9 to 5 for minimum wage probably doesn't have to commit themselves the way um, professional athletes have to commit themselves to their craft. Okay, so I know we're talking minimum wage here, minimum wage there, and we're talking different things, but we're also talking different lifestyles too.
Right.
But
The other talking point was making a Super Two player. So basically, what that comes down to is that a player who qualifies for arbitration right now would be able to qualify after their first 3 years. Major League Baseball wants to uh, have them qualify the last 4 years of their contract. So basically, in the major leagues, when you're drafted and you sign the major league contract, you belong to that team for the first 6 years of your career, whatever salary, whatever. But if you reach year three, at the end of year three, a player can say, "I would like to go to arbitration, salary arbitration, because I outplayed my current contract."
mhm.
A popular example would be Mike Trout actually, and what some owners will do if that a player definitely outplays their contract, like a Mike Trout, they'll actually say, "All right, give up those last 3 years of salary arbitration, and we'll pay you top five salary in the league," which is what happened with Trout. That's why he was able to now. I think he was after Harper signed with the Phillies as the highest paid player ever. Then I think Mike Trout beat him out like 4 weeks later. You know what I mean? But
After Harper was like, "Yeah, come on and join us when it comes time," and then
which was illegal, but that's another story.
yeah, that's another story. And Anaheim pretty much locked him up. Said, "No, no, 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 we're not going to have that. We're not going to."
So yeah, so Major League Baseball was willing to make that concession, so that way after pretty much the second season, instead of after the third season, you can go to salary arbitration. And usually arbitration is like, I think I'm worth $10 million. MLB, the owners will say, I think you're worth $5 million, and the arbitration usually settles in between. Usually, another one which is actually quite interesting is that Major League Baseball was willing to give draft pick bonuses to teams that don't manipulate service time for top prospects. So
Yeah, explain
remember,
that to me.
what happened with Chris Bryant from the Cubs, right? He was tearing it up in the minor leagues, right?
Hmm.
So what the Cubs did was they waited until, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. Um, when you get called up, you technically are you start to accrue service time. So basically, if you play like one full season, you're closer to that free agent year, right?
Mhm.
But if you don't play a specific amount of games in your first year, then you actually miss it. It basically extends your 6 year period where you can become a free agent, right? So they waited until like the 14th game of the season to call him up. Now, allegedly, the Cubs were like, well, we wanted to see how this player would pan out. And I think the player that played before Chris Bryant was complete garbage. Everybody knew he was garbage. But they were like, we're going to wait till the 14th game of the season because then he would not be eligible for service time. But Phillies did it too. The Phillies did it to Ryan Howard because they waited until I think September of his rookie year to call him up so he wouldn't get that service time. So it extended when he could become a free agent in that six
With
years
the September call ups,
with the September
I
call,
see.
right? So that's why teams do that. But like when you have like a Bryce Harper, like he came up when he was 18, he was on the field when he was 19. The
Hmm.
same thing could have happened to Bryant, but the team waited because they want to pay him sooner for that service time. So what they're saying is now if a team does not withhold a top prospect doing that, that team will be compensated with a draft pick.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the Phillies do something like that with Chase
The,
Utley too?
the Phillies did it with Chase Utley, with Ryan Howard, with Cole. They did it with just about every player that they brought up in their farm system. It's been a known tactic. They did it with Scott Rowland. You know what I mean?
And I feel like even though the Phillies came away with one World Series championship from that era, I feel like them doing that really hurt them because I feel like they called guys up too late. Hard to say it's too late when they won a championship, right? But I feel like they called guys up at a time and didn't give them like they didn't have time to like by the time they won, they had just hit that line of being too
that
old.
plateau, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Ruben Amaro actually paid them for what they did, but they were already past their prime, and that's why
Right.
the Phillies have taken this long to rebuild.
Yeah.
And what and it reminds me. Remember that legend Dominic Brown,
Yes.
and that's one of those examples. They were like he was down too long, and he had what 24 home runs in like 2 months, and then that was it. Everybody figured, oh, pitch him away. Oh, that's all we got to do. It's like Ryan Howard. Oh, all you got to do is throw him curveballs. That's it. So, but
Yeah. Well,
that's
that lefty, if a lefty throw him a slide, he's gonna swing it. He's gonna chase it every time.
there you go.
Gonna chase it every time. Um,
But that's pretty much it. They haven't really met since then. So there's no telling, what's going.
Wanted to get your opinion before we get into my guesses. I wanted to get your opinion on one of the things that's on the table for the with this whole lockout thing. Um, the the DH rule. It's a topic of conversation for many baseball fans. Everybody has their opinion. I feel like my opinion changes every other month on it. How do you feel about the DH rule? What should happen with it?
It,
Anything? Nothing? What should
it,
happen with that rule?
you know what? I was against it for a long time, but I think I had to kind of come away from that thinking. Um, I think at the end of the day, nobody comes to a game to see the number 9 hitter batting 106 or 105. Strike out, being automatic out, 90% of the time. And of course, you have like your Zach Wheelers that rakes, and there's some pitches out there that can't hit. But it's like, let's be honest, like your primary job is to pitch.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, you have it in football. You got a quarterback that doesn't play defense. You have, offensive side, defensive side. You got specialty plays. You got the kicker, punter, stuff like that. I'm like, I think it may appease those that think the game is too slow or whatever. But I think it's time. I think it's time to have the DH and get rid of pitchers that hit. I'm for it.
I'm personally still on the fence. I'm still on the fence because
You're still hooked on Joe Blanton hitting that home run in the World Series, aren't you?
no, I'm not. That's the thing. Like I'm not, but it's like if you're a baseball player, you play baseball, right? I mean, you go to the quarterback in the football thing, but when the defense is on the field, quarterbacks and most people on offense, unless you're like a Deion Sanders type of guy, person player, you're not on the field both sides of the ball. Baseball players are ones that they have to perform on offense and defense, right? So I feel like the DH thing is I'm so on the fence about it. Like I think I don't like the DH rule because excuse me, I would like to see the DH rule come to the National League because I think it would benefit teams like the Phillies, my favorite team, right? You put somebody in there that can hit, and that means you can sign somebody. You can sign a pool host to be your DH,
Right.
right? You can sign somebody to be your DH. That being said, I still feel like if you're a pitcher, of course, your job is to pitch. But if you're going to be in the lineup, you're in the National League City, and you're going to be in the lineup, you need to be able to contribute there too. And the fact that pitchers don't really concentrate on hitting the ball, I think that's a huge issue because it's part of the game, right? Of course, quarterbacks don't focus on tackling because technically they shouldn't have to tackle anybody,
Right.
right? But if a pitcher has to be in the lineup, then they should really like think about how much more planning, I guess you would say, you have to do now because there's a pitcher in the lineup with Otani, for instance. Now, Otani, I think when Otani pitches, I think there's a DH in for him
Right.
because I think in the American League you have to have a DH.
Right.
But think about not having a DH rule, and you got Otani pitching, who is a home run hitter. He can hit the ball.
Hmm.
You have to prepare for that now,
Right.
right? If you know you have to see Otani pitching, but you don't have to see him batting, that the threat isn't there. But think about how strong that lineup is with Otani batting on the same day he's pitching, right? He can dominate both sides of the ball
Right.
in a sense. So I would love to see pitchers hitting better.
Well, and I think to your point, I think you're actually going to start to see that because of the DH. So now the pitchers can concentrate on pitching. They can do their recovery work on their arm, and then just swing. You know what I mean? So I think because again, like how many pitchers out there are like Otani that can pitch and then hit with an
They're,
execute
they're
over
few and far between.
right. But
That
this
doesn't mean that somebody can't develop into one on their way up.
right, but it's still like it's a challenge because of the work that it takes to be great on both sides. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
think I like the having the DH in the National League because it creates that opportunity for a team that maybe can't find the DH. Oh well, we got this guy that can hit 4 days out of five when he's not pitching. I think that's a better prospect because then you could say, all right, all these guys can't hit. All right, we'll find a DH for them. You know what I mean? It promotes more offense, which is what baseball is looking for. The fans are looking
Hmm.
for. The only issue that I have is that with so much focus on the home run, to me, there's less runs being scored anyway. So it's like and the pitchers today. I mean, the average fastball in like what 1990 was what 92. Now it's like 96.
Yeah.
So it's becoming more of a challenge to hit the ball than anything else. So
Yeah. I mean, coming up, you always see people that are like, for instance, where in the business that we are in, you have the PO, the pitcher only, right? And these kids are being deemed, and you see that for like high school kids, that you see not being anything but a pitcher
right,
going forward in their career, right? And on some high school teams, you'll have guys that will be only pitchers.
Hmm.
Like we've seen that. Um, but a lot of times, what happens is you sometimes they don't do it to the little kids, but it's like you can see it and you're like they're going to be a PO,
Yeah.
right? And then they kind of groom them in that way instead of grooming them to be a baseball player. You know what I mean? Like for instance,
But
you have baseball players and you have pitchers. You have football players, you have quarterbacks.
see, so you're saying pitchers are not baseball players?
I'm not really saying that, but and I'm not saying that quarterbacks aren't football players. But what I'm saying is that you kind of groom them along that line to only be a pitcher when there you might be able to better their game in other areas to where they can contribute at the plate, right? Because when you call somebody a pitcher only, now you mentally have pretty much eliminated their whole skill set at the plate because you want
Right.
them to only focus on pitching. Because in our game, at the professional level, you could be on a team where all you do is pitch,
Right.
as opposed to becoming somewhat of a complete baseball player and being able to contribute as a baseball player, as a hitter. You know what I mean? Like, it you wouldn't get away with a third baseman being a third baseman. On you understand what I'm saying?
No, I got
You're
you.
a great third baseman, but your bat sucks. We can't depend on you at the plate. You're only here to play third base. Like you,
Which we've seen actually, which
it
is
can
sad.
happen, but
Yeah.
it's highly rare, and more so than not, that's not the person you want on your team.
Right.
You want the one that can do something else on both sides. Like if you have a great pitcher that can hit, you want that pitcher,
Right.
right? You
Right.
want that guy. But it's how I always explained it when we were coaching together up here. It's how I always explained that your stock, right? Your stock is higher if you can hit and pitch. Your stock is just higher.
Well,
You're more attractive to the higher ups.
yeah, and it's even like to the point where like um, I've read in some articles that switch hitting isn't what it's all cracked up to be, and like there's less stock in switch hitters. And I'm just thinking to myself, but imagine if I could have a switch hitter and play to the matchups, lefty versus righty and stuff like
Right.
that. Like, why is that
Definitely.
not? But I
Exactly.
think there's some analytical data that states that switch hitting is not it's like null. You know what I mean? It has no differentiation. I just see too many guys that can't handle a slider away from the lefty. You know what I mean?
Pitch
So,
to hit.
huh?
It's a hard pitch to hit.
It's a hard pitch to hit.
It's a very hard pitch to hit. That slider is very because it looks good, 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 and then just breaks away from
Yeah, that's Bobby Abreu.
you.
Who's up for the Hall of Fame, by the way?
He is. He is up for the
And
Hall of Fame.
somebody, and we could talk about this next week, but somebody had brought up that is Bobby Abreu better than Tony Gwynn? And I was like, I need to go to bed because I'm going to throw something.
Tony. Tony
So the
Gwynn.
argument, real quick, the argument was,
Before you say anything, first of all, the argument sounds ridiculous to me, right? Before you say anything,
yeah,
but I'm going to have to say that because
no,
no, hold on, hear me out.
all right,
Because somebody even had the audacity to even bring that up,
mhm.
that maybe there's some merit in the numbers.
It was, and that's exactly the point that they made. I think it was something about his on base percentage. He had more home runs. Tony Gwynn wasn't a home run hitter. We all know that, right? But he had like more home runs. He had more. There was like 3 or 4 categories that he was better than at. But then when you run along the list of batting average, um, uh, like specific types of hits, things like that, like he blew everything away from Bobby Abreu. So it was like it's just somebody using analytics in a way to kind of prove their point. Just like I read an article that said that Dave Hollins was better analytically than Mike Schmidt. Like you'd rather have Dave Hollins than Mike Schmidt at third base.
All right, so let me just say this right now because I'm very against reporters deciding Hall of Famers. But if that means that people that you take away from reporters and the people that decide the Hall of Fame are going to be analytics guys, let the reporters have it. Because I can't. There's something called the eye test that is very legitimate.
Hmm.
Okay, it's very legitimate.
But then you're gonna have more. You're gonna have a dozen Harold Baineses in the Hall of Fame. If you just stick if you kind of currently, I just don't. I just don't see. I mean, Dick Allen aside, there's other players that were put into the Hall of Fame that just didn't. You know, they didn't pass the eye test. There's a reason why like individual teams have Hall of Fames. There's a reason why Mike Lieberthal is in the Phillies Hall of Fame, but not the Baseball Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? He passed the eye test because of his longevity and
Part
what he
of
did as a catcher.
I think part of also being in a team Hall of Fame as opposed to the sport Hall of Fame
Mhm.
has something to do with just being a fan favorite, right?
Right,
Like
absolutely.
if Brian Dawkins was never considered for the Football Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame,
Hmm.
there's no doubt in anyone's mind he would have been in the Eagles Hall of Fame
Right.
because he was just a fan favorite. Like Brian Westbrook is probably going to be, if he's not already, an Eagles Hall of Famer.
Hmm.
Um, Nick Foles will be an Eagles Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson, Eagles
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? But Nick Foles will not be an NFL Hall of Famer.
Correct.
Um, but okay, I didn't want to spend too much time on that because I know
No,
we
no, no,
got
no. I
game
got
three coming up,
you. I got you.
and we still have to you still have to stump me.
All right. Let's go right to the stumpage, man.
All right, let's see what Miguel's going to do to
All
stump me.
right. So because you reminded me last week, I'm going to all sports now. I should have gone with football tonight in honor of the Cowboys' playoff loss. But, there's dumb
Had to
ways to
get that
lose
out.
games, and Philadelphia sports has been known to lose in dumb ways between you know a fumbled field goal at the 1 yard line, between Black Friday and Philadelphia Phillies playoff 1977. There's dumb ways to lose, but that was the dumbest. And I don't care. You know the rule. Like the referee, it wasn't the referee's fault. You have to give the ref the ball to spot
Not
the
the
ball.
referee's fault, right?
It wasn't the referee's fault. You don't.
There's certain things you got to do. You leave the ball there, or you give it to the referee. That's what has to happen right there. You leave the ball where you landed, or you give it to the referee. No one else.
I do have to be careful though because my new barber down here is a Cowboys fan, so I have
Oh
to be
yes, be
very careful.
careful. Yes, please be careful. And there are plenty of Cowboy fans in that area where you live now.
Yeah, and,
Um,
and and they come out like cockroaches down here, just like they do in Philly. Just for the record.
yeah, it's funny. They do. Um, One thing you just said before you get into the stump. Um, I know I didn't forget that fast. Oh, the field goal fumble 1 yard line. Are you referring to that Cowboys Monday night game?
The Eagles Cowboys Monday night. The Eagles were driving. They were finally going to win the game. It was a bad season altogether. They were.
Funny story about that.
Oh.
Okay, funny story, and then we'll get into the stump. So that night, I remember staying up and watching that game. Right, it was a Monday night. I believe I was a junior in high school. I think I was a junior senior. I think I was a junior in high school, and I was living with my grandmother at the time. And she goes as the Eagles are driving, right? Because you remember they were driving.
Yeah.
This was going to be a game-winning drive against the Cowboys. My grandmother says to me, she comes down. Now, mind you, she was already in bed. She come downstairs, says, "You need to go to bed." I was like, "Mom," I said, "Mom, I'm watching the Eagles game. Eagles." She's like, just go into bed. They're going to lose anyway." My grandmother's never said anything like this. She loves the Eagles. She loves Phillies. My grandmother's never said anything like that to me, right? That was the one and only time she ever said anything like that to me, right? And it made me mad because I was like, yo, how can she say that? You know what I mean? But here they are. I'm like, she don't know what she's talking about. Game winning drive. Here we go. Field goal. Boom. And I'm be happy. And then that fumble happened. And then my grandmother said, see, I told you. Miguel, when I tell you that is the only time I was ever mad at my grandmother, I
Man.
didn't express the anger or anything like that. But that was I was infuriated with my grandmother that day
Do you?
because she was right.
Yeah, she hit it
Because
right
she
on
was
the
right.
spot.
I was so mad that day. Oh my goodness, I was so mad that day.
Do you remember who the kicker was?
The kicker for the Eagles,
Yeah,
it wasn't Bonio, was it?
it was Bonio.
It was Bonio
Yeah, I think because he was with us for like 1 or 2 seasons. He had a short stint with us.
because he was. It was after he came from the Cowboys.
Right.
Chris Bonio, yeah. And I remember when we got him, I was like, "Oh, we're going to win a Super Bowl now. We got the Cowboys kicker."
Plus we got a Cowboys. But you remember too? I think was that was after Hoying, wasn't it? Bobby Hoying. He had that mirror. He had a great like first season, and then like
Yes, because that was
it was like
just
90.
before Andy Reid.
It was before Andy Reid. It was after. It
It
was
was it
after
was
Ray.
the end of Ray Rhodes'
End
tenure.
of Ray Rhodes' term. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Wow, wow. Okay, now
All right.
that I've gone down and made myself angry again,
At your grandmother, no less. Jesus Christ.
yes, may she rest in peace. um,
All right, so we're going basketball.
oh my God, a one-time All Star played for everybody.
Yep.
So it looks like he played for Golden State,
Yep.
the Knicks or the Suns. I'm going to
No.
say, I think that's the Suns,
All right, so he played for Cleveland.
or is that the Bobcats?
Hold
Oh,
on.
go ahead, run through it.
He played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, your Philadelphia 76ers. Um, Milwaukee is the
It's the purple one,
uh,
number 42.
what's the Milwaukee team? Jesus,
Bucks.
Bucks. Thank you, and the Miami Heat.
What era was this?
This was the Iverson era. Well, he played at the end of the oh my goodness. He played at the end of the Magic era and he ended his career shortly after the Iverson peak, if you will, in Philadelphia.
And made one All Star game.
Hmm.
Almost fell out my chair. Um, the Warriors, the Suns, the Magic, the Bucks, the Sixers, and the Trailblazers.
Correct. No, the Heat.
The Heat, not the Trailblazers. The Heat.
Heat, Bucks, Sixers, Warriors, Cavs.
What team was he an All Star with? Do you have that information?
It actually might have been with the Sixers, but don't
Well,
quote.
let's do it this way. What position did he play?
He was a big man.
God darn. For the people that's watching, help. Let me see. We got it. Let me see. Oh no, that's not. That person's getting blocked.
Oh, the
Oh yeah,
whoops,
Tyrone Hill.
whoops, that was
Tyrone Hill. That's who it was.
whoops.
I forgot Tyrone Hill. I forgot all about that guy.
That wasn't even the picture I wanted to use.
But that's who it was. That's who the person was. Though he did play. He played. I remember him playing for the Warriors. Yeah, he played for. I do remember him playing for the Warriors. I remember him playing for the Sixers. I remember him playing for the Bucks.
Yeah, he was on
Vaguely
the.
remember. I mean, he must have been playing for the Heat at the end. That must have been like his.
Yeah, it
last.
was at the end. So Sixers and I think the Heat were his last two teams.
Oh, man, cool.
Oh, that sucks. I hit the wrong button.
It's all right. That happens, man. It happens to the best.
I think it was he was also in competition for being the one of the ugliest I
He
think
was.
him and Sam Cassell were neck and neck for alien looking.
Yeah, that's a shame that the hell they used to catch for being unattractive. It's really a shame. But I guess what we're going to do now is we're going to get into our game three. And for
Bam.
people that have not been privy to this, as I explained at the top of the show, Miguel and I put together what we called a faux faux faux. Okay, if you remember, we did a Mount Rushmore for certain things, and we changed that to faux faux faux, paying homage to Philly athlete Moses Malone, who of course was once asked about the playoffs, how the playoffs were going to go for the Sixers, and he said they were going to go faux faux faux, and they went faux five faux and won the championship. But that's why it's called the Fofo. Now we're playing for the Sixers' last and final spot because there was a tie. You guys voted for a tie between Allen Iverson and Dr. J. Miguel is playing for Dr. J. I'm playing for Allen Iverson.
The doctor.
And what the way we are deciding this is we are playing MLB The Show 21. Is that what this is? MLB The Show 21 against each other. He won the first game. I won the second game. And both games were in extra innings in dramatic fashion. And now game three will be the deciding game, and I'm going to win. Okay, that's all it is to it. Anything to say about that, Miguel?
No, as I accidentally posted earlier, I told our fans that I was gonna win 23-17, but that was the score of the Cowboys game.
Oh, that's funny. I like that. That is funny. So I'm actually in a game right now. I actually was playing a game throughout this so I wouldn't lose so Xbox wouldn't kick me off of the stream.
Did you get my request, or do I have to resend it?
Let me go ahead and back out of this game. You might have to resend it.
All right,
I'm,
I'll just
I'm gonna
resend
go ahead
it.
and pop this up. Y'all can see what's going on here. And like I said, I always appreciate y'all for checking in with us and riding with us and rocking out with us. As you can see, I was losing that game, 5-1 at the time. But I did tally up 9 total base hits and wasn't
That's
over.
it. That's a precursor to what's going to happen.
And this is what I was referring to as a warm up. So I can kick Miguel's butt.
All
Oh, I
right,
didn't realize I had to hit the button. I messed up. Sorry.
there's your invite.
Okay. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Game challenges. I have no challenges at this
Come
time.
on. All right, let me
Sure,
try
you know
to
what you're doing over there. We struggle with this every week, don't we?
maybe. I'm gonna back all the way out. Let me
This
see.
is this is for everybody out. This is what you call two old heads trying to do young people stuff.
No, we get through this sometimes.
Oh, we get through it, but we do it old head style.
It's like listening to somebody's music. Turn it down. That's my music.
Old head style, baby. You know. And shout out to Joel Embiid, who Sixers game just went off. Joel Embiid had 20 points in the first and third quarters. 20 in the first and 20 in the third. He finished with 50 points tonight. Shout out to Joel Embiid.
Wow.
He's a beast.
And he doesn't need
50 points, 2 assists, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks in 27 minutes of work. He didn't even work for a whole 30 minutes. Man.
all right.
Oh, here we go. I got my request from Miguel. I don't know why I'm still not seeing it. But it said that I have one. Let me just go ahead back out a little bit, and I'm going to go back to, let's see.
My friend said that so there was a proposed offer of Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Andre Drummond, and the Sixers would get Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, and 2 future first round picks. But he pointed out that the source was Ballsack Sports, so I guess it's not legit.
Well, all right. And for some reason, I cannot. It's still not coming through for whatever reason.
But you saw it though, right?
I saw it, but you can see right here, no challenges at this
Go
time.
into your Diamond Dynasty.
I'm in Diamond Dynasty. I'm in it. Two old heads trying to get a video game to work. Here we go.
All right. How about you send it to me?
Oh
No,
Lord.
I don't want to do it that way because I want my jerseys. Game challenges. No.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
have you figured it
I,
out?
I think the issue is that I don't see you online.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
definitely online.
I know you are. All right, let's do this. New.
While you do that, I'm gonna go through my squad and see
All
my
right,
lineup. Uh-oh.
hold
Let me
on. I'm
see.
gonna send
Did I
it to
make any
you.
changes in my lineup?
Hold on. Let's do this. I'm sending you the invite now.
Okay, I see it.
Okay.
Oh, you're sending a friend request. You're not sending a challenge. You're sending a friend request.
Oh, shut up. What's the difference?
A friend. We're already friends on here, so you don't need to be a friend request. You gotta send me a challenge for the game.
Is that what I gotta do? Online, play versus friends. It doesn't come up as a. Yeah, you. For some reason, I don't see you as a friend.
All right. Well, let me back out. Now, let me see. No, that's not what I want to do. Yep, two old heads trying to figure out a video game. Bear with us, folks. We're sorry. We only do this every week.
Yeah, but we had it down the last time.
Let's see if
Uh,
I see you. Oh no, I don't see you on here. Okay. Yeah, you somehow we must have gotten unfriended. So let me go ahead on here and is it M A Santa?
uh, M Santa 1076. Thank you very much.
1
No.
0.
Hold on. M Santa, all lowercase, 1076.
1076. All right, here we go. What the hell? Did you just get something from me?
Uh huh. All right. Now I've accepted it. Now I'm gonna go into game challenges. No. All
All
right.
right, here we go. Now we're gonna get it together.
All right.
He just postponing this whooping.
Whatever. All right. There you go. All right. Here we go. We're doing 3 innings, correct?
Correct. Three
Uh,
innings that's gonna turn into like six again.
fast play, umpires, 3 innings, default, blah 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 blah.
And Miguel is scared to play with Bucks on, guys.
You want to play with ball? Hey, okay, all
No,
right. See,
no, hold
you
on, hold on.
waited
I've already accepted it. I've already accepted
seriously. All
it.
right, you wait, you talk crap after I made the selection.
Hold on, what just happened?
What'd you do?
View. You must enter Diamond Dynasty. I am in Diamond
No,
Dynasty.
you weren't. You were in your profile. And stop yelling at the TV.
Oh, I did go. You're right. I did go out to. You're right. You're right. There we go. There you go. My team being 14-26, Miguel's team being 4-2. Which I guess that doesn't count our games against each other because you were 4-2 last time we played too.
Correct. Yeah, I was busy being a dork creating 12 personal teams. All right. Uh, where shall we play?
Pick a field, any field. Let me turn off this Sixers game because it's over now. Sixers won. Good job, boys. One day MB will be on our fo for the Sixers.
Absolutely.
But who comes off?
Allen Iverson.
Nah.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Let's go with Texas.
About time.
Shut your face.
While we're young.
You want to open roof?
I don't care.
We're gonna
I'm in,
play
I'm,
1 o'clock in
it's,
July in Texas.
oh, you know what? There's going to be. Oh, you're closing the room because I think there's going to be a. We'll have to see. Oh, you know what? I'm throwing this guy against you because I know you're going to like it. Um, Stop trying to see who I'm throwing. Um, there might be like a sun glare in the back where the pitching eye would be.
Ah,
I've run into that issue with this at this stadium one time in the daytime.
I got you.
But I'm the away team, huh?
You are the away team.
Now, as he tries to craft his lineup to go against me, one player that I have in my lineup that I didn't have before, one of my favorite players of all time, Gary Sheffield, Hall of Famer.
Oh, you got the chef, huh?
He's here.
All right.
So, at one point in my lineup, you're going to have to face Frank Thomas, Gary Sheffield, and then Pudge.
Sounds like
Woo!
sounds like two strikeouts and a walk.
Well, let the walk come first, then I'll be able to do my damage.
I'm sorry, two strikeouts and a hit by pitch.
Oh, you moved Lou Aparicio up a little bit, huh? I know what you're doing there.
You see that? You see that?
I know what you're doing there.
Well, you got MVP Frank Thomas. Okay.
Uh, Question for you. I sent you this a video. I believe it was over the weekend. I think I sent it to you of the greatest athlete that you may never heard of. Did you see that?
I saw it, but I didn't get a chance. I saw the link in the title, but I did not get a chance to view it.
When you get a chance to watch that, watch it and then let me know what you think.
You texted it to me?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think I did. It might have been on Instagram, but I will text it to you if you want to see it. But here we go. Right here, we got. Okay, we don't have the sun glares. The sun glare is actually on the field, not on the pitcher's eye. We got the UMES Hilldale Hawks against the Philadelphia Miguel's Phillies. Oh, and he's trying to see how he
I did
starts.
not hit him. Oh my goodness!
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, cool.
I did not hit him.
You want Lou Brock to be you starting
No.
off with Lou Brock on base, huh? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're not going to have any of that.
All I gotta say is there's a lot of sideburns in this game.
Oh, sheesh. When that thing comes right at you, it's hard to judge. He thinks he knows me. Oh, why'd you swing? Oh, it would have been a strike. When you've been coaching together for so long, you know how each other thinks. So,
Saw you leaning.
I'm a lean with it, rock with it. Doggone it. See, that's why he doesn't want the balk on.
Whatever.
So he can quick pitch me.
Nothing wrong with little competition.
Oh, what the hell just happened? Safe.
Oh, got him.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You
He
bit.
was under that tag.
You bit.
He was under that tag. Now
I mean,
Miguel can't find the strike zone.
whatever. Oh,
I couldn't even see it. Doggone it. Doggone it. Lou Brock messed me up there. Who is hard to see that ball? Wait till you start batting, you gotta deal with this glare. Once it gets to one certain spot, you can't even see it.
oh, hit and run. Okay, being
Ah,
aggressive.
get back, get back, get back.
Dude, what are you doing? Oh, you gotta be kidding me! It
Woo,
was
I
like
love
he, it was like he changed his mind in mid throw.
it. Oh, jeez. Ooh, it might be trouble.
Oh my God! What the hell? No! What is wrong with Harper?
There we go. Yes, that's how you start the game off,
Oh,
baby.
you got lucky.
That's how you started off right there. I needed Lou Brock on the plate. I mean, on base. Hit a rock and go back fair. I almost hit the wrong button and made Frank Thomas steal. All
They called
right.
that. Hold up. They called that a hit.
With
You
the
know,
oh the one that you dropped.
yeah, they called it a hit. You got to be kidding me. That was nowhere near a hit. Oh, the glare's gone on my end.
Oh, lucky you. Oh my God.
That's how you. I like how nobody moved.
And that's your first home run with Lou Brock. That's funny.
First home run with Lewis Brock.
I was about to say not again.
That would have been hysterical. Rice. I haven't used too much. This is he still has no batting average.
Tried to backdoor him.
I do hope that the Phillies go back to the powder blues though, not just the third jersey. But I saw it tail away too. That doggone sinker.
Oh jeez. Come on. Come on, Bob Gibson.
Damn. You know who I really would have loved to see in this matchup is if I had Reggie Jackson. That would have been fun.
Oh jeez. God bless my mama. All right. Double play. Get your double play ball. Let's get out of this.
Sideburns. Oh. Oh, he hung it too. I was so out in front of that one.
Woo!
Made you sweat a little bit, eh?
Listen, I've made 3 mistakes in this inning, and you made me pay for one of them. So
Ah, I hate that move. By the way,
What's that?
That stupid, like when the ball goes behind you, he like kind of acts like he's rushing the mound. Oh, goodbye, goodbye.
Really hitting all your first home runs against me, huh?
This would be compared to the windmill dunk of the great Dr. J. You got you did very you had a very Iverson first inning.
You gonna be sorry. You're gonna be sorry.
Am I?
You are going to be sorry. Because I'm gonna come back in this game.
We shall see. Got out in front. Yeah, with the bare hand. Oh,
Oh, whew,
you gotta be kidding me. How's
whew.
JT's not that slow?
I can't believe you didn't put 2 out in that inning. End of the first, Phillies are up against the Hawks 3-1.
3 runs on 2 hits. All right, gotta
Juan
get serious.
Mancada.
Got to take advantage of this inning because I got through your big guns.
Yeah, I need to get some guys on base, get my big guns back up. Boom, there you go. That's how you start the inning. Oh no. No.
Hit it on the button.
Here's Pudge.
Whew.
Doggone it. That was the one right there.
Pudge was our greatest catcher of all time, right?
Yes. Oh, nice pitch. Got me on that one.
Oh,
I didn't. You got to show me that. I didn't. I barely touched the button.
you want to see the replay?
I'm going to look at it on the bottom of my thing here. Oh no. I bet, man. I saw it. Oh, you out here making changes?
No, I was looking at the replay on my end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you went. Okay.
Of course, you would say that.
Absolutely.
I need that to drop. Oh, that's gone. Oh, you don't play with me, huh? You don't
Sorry.
play with me, huh? Okay.
Oh, I'm up again.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it's time to change things up a taste. Time to put in my fireballers.
As opposed to Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson didn't have a good day.
Uh-oh. Bringing in Walter Johnson.
I just put him in. They said he's getting tired.
It's a long walk. That's a long walk from that bullpen,
Oh my
bro.
goodness. They said he's getting tired already.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you ain't catching up to that.
It's like a short arm throw.
Ooh, you're early on that one, huh?
Yeah, it was. Launch angle was 8.
Good night. Oh,
Oh! Get up. Get up. Come on.
that's
Oh
what I
my.
meant by that. That's what I meant by that.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
We're up. Wait, it's 10 o'clock already. All right, here we go.
That's all right. It'll be over shortly. Hey, gummit.
Call it.
The
I
pitcher.
got it. I got it.
All right, so here's a question for you. Do you agree with the pitcher never catching a pop up like they do in the
No,
big league?
I don't agree with that at all. I don't. I know. I think people want to do that because it helps with any type of confusion.
Right.
I believe if you're the person that is able to make the play, make the play. Jimothy. Sorry, Jimmy. I'm gonna have to do you dirty, bro. One of my favorite players ever. I'm gonna have to do you dirty, bro. Sorry. I could have sworn you pulled that back.
No, I try to lay it down. Whoa!
Yep. Had to do him dirty. All right, last shot for me.
Uh-oh, top of the lineup.
This is it for me.
All right. What shall I do? I'm gonna go with
Think long, think wrong. Don't blow it.
I think I got
Don't
it.
blow it. I think you got a good thing going. I don't know. Raleigh going back to Raleigh, huh? The loser of the last game.
Whatever. Although he does look like he died and nobody told him.
And nobody told him.
Like,
Okay.
what are you doing here? You died like Thursday.
Giambi.
Steroids.
Need at least one steroid guy on your team.
Yeah, that is true.
That damn forkball.
uh,
And I knew you was throwing it too. Damn.
woo! That's one.
Come on, this ain't how I'm going out. Come on now. It's not how I'm going out. Ah, come on. I needed him on base. Down to my last out.
Down to the last.
Down to my last out. Here we go. Oh. Oh, nasty.
All right, here
Nasty
it is.
slider there.
Crowd should be on his feet. Don't know why they're not. Hey! Long live Dr. J. Julius! Arr!
Well, I can't be mad that number 6 is going up on the rafters of our fo. Can't be mad at that. Good game.
Yes, sir.
Good game. So it's official for all those that voted for Dr. J. Miguel has appropriated Dr. J on the as the final spot of our fo. And with all that being said, it's time for us to shut this show down, and we'll talk to y'all next week. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Thank you for Miguel for putting this together, and and playing along with this. It was probably something that we may do this often. We had a little bit too much fun doing this. So, for all that being said, thank you for joining us on the Check Swing Podcast. We will talk to y'all next week, right here, same spot, right here on New Twist Radio. Keep it. Oh, make sure you follow New Twist Radio Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and go over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, and you can also subscribe or like us or whatever you do on Twitch, and all that good stuff. All right, talk to y'all next week. We out of here. Y'all be good.